Tonight on Lowdown, we are showcasing some alumni that were recently recognized on campus.
We'll hear from all the distinguished alumni recipients and their friends and family, coming up next on Lowdown.
Hi, and welcome back to Lowdown, a show by the students of the University of Central Missouri in Warrensburg. I'm Brock Masters.
And I'm Ranjanae Hill. Thanks for joining us this evening as we continue to delve into all the cool things happening here at UCM.
Speaking of, Central Missouri just recently had its Distinguished Alumni Ceremony, where 5 new alumni were recognized with the honor.
Our first alumni is Latonya Buck, the Dean for Diversity and Inclusion at Princeton University. Let's take a look.
Born to teenage parents, Latonya Buck spent her childhood in the LaSalle Park housing projects in downtown St. Louis. Anyone believing it an unlikely starting place for success underestimated the power of parents, family, love, education, and Latonya Buck.
I didn't know that we were poor, I think, until I was bussed out into a different school district, maybe around 5th grade. But I always had family around. There was always a strong sense of community. I always felt loved.
As Buck was attending elementary school, her mother was completing her degree in education.
She was a strict disciplinarian, and she always made sure that there was school outside of school. And so I was one of those kids who had to read and write book reports in the summertime. And I didn't like it then, but now I've grown to appreciate it for sure. And actually I have a love for literature and a love for writing.
Talia King, a lifelong friend, recalls the summer study sessions.
I would often go knock on her door to see if she can come out and play, and her mom would say, no, she's doing a book report on Frederick Douglass or Marcus Garvey. She can't come out and play, but you can certainly come in and join her. And so I got my fair share of reports and lessons on African American history.
The young friends later parted ways when Latonya moved. After high school, Buck acted on the suggestion of another friend, Takesha Hurt Boyd, to attend the University of Central Missouri.
She made it seem like the best place ever. And I was like, you know what? I have to visit. And then I visited, and then I decided to go. And I loved it. We had good times, very good times.
Buck flourished at UCM, joking that she actually majored in student activities.
I was extremely involved in the Association of Black Collegians. I was very involved with Delta Sigma Theta sorority. I also helped write a little bit for the student paper, and then also for Association of Black Collegians. I love being involved outside of the classroom.
At Central Missouri, Buck was surprised to discover her childhood friend Talia was also a UCM student. Talia, who calls Latonya by her nickname, Nikki, says the friendship rekindled without missing a beat.
I think the bond that I hold with Nikki is very rare, and we both tend to call ourselves soul sisters because, you know, given the times we've separated and reconnected, there's definitely a reason and a purpose, right, that we have together to give back to this world. It's something that feels very rare, right, and so you want to cherish that.
I learned a lot from her. So I don't even have her like in friend category. She's family for me. So yeah, she's pretty awesome.
Buck earned her undergraduate degree in public relations in 2002. Her extensive campus involvement led to a graduate program she knew was the perfect fit.
I started to become interested in student affairs, but I didn't know the name of it. So I remember asking some of the administrators on campus, like, what do you have to do this? Like, I didn't exactly know what this was, but I just wanted to work on campus with students. And so that's when I learned about college student personnel administration and decided to go back to pursue my master's.
Buck later earned a doctoral degree and embarked on her professional career. Her work in the diversity and inclusion field has taken her from Missouri State to Maryville University, St. Louis University, and Washington University, where she was the inaugural director of the Center for Diversity and Inclusion. In 2016, she accepted a position as the inaugural Dean of Diversity and Inclusion at Princeton University.
Working with Latonya over this last year has been a thrill for all of us in campus life and across campus. She is a collaborative worker, a really dedicated leader on important issues of diversity and inclusion, but a colleague in so many other ways. So she is a delight, she's fun and funny, and really strategically minded. And so for me, it's been great to have her as a colleague.
Buck's personal life is filled with a supportive network of family and friends she describes as a very strong village.
I have, my mom and my dad, I have step family, I have in-laws. I certainly have to give a lot of credit to Raymond Buck Jr. and Raymond Buck III, who have supported me a lot over the years. Raymond Buck III is my son, and he's my joy. A lot of what I do is for him. I would certainly say that my family has been very instrumental in my journey.
With so much of her journey still ahead, Latonya Buck's outlook is guided by her favorite Ralph Waldo Emerson quote.
Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. I feel like that my life and even being here now is like a testament to that quote.
Congratulations, Latonya, for your Early Achievers Award. We couldn't be more proud of you here at Princeton, and we're so glad you're a part of our team.
Bestie, congratulations on your award. I am so proud of you and all of your accomplishments. You're absolutely an early achiever, and who better to validate that than someone who's known you since you were 7. I am proud of you. I am grateful, more than anything, grateful for your friendship. I admire you and all that you've done and all that you've given back, and I look forward to watching you excel in this journey, and I will be there every step of the way. Congratulations.
The view from Barry Davis's Kansas City office at BKD is stunning. The Sprint Center, the Power and Light District, and the Kauffman Center are buzzing with activity 17 stories below. The 34-year journey to this office started 70 miles to the northeast in Davis's childhood home of Maysville, Missouri.
My father actually passed away when I was 12 years old, so it was obviously challenging at that point, but I was very fortunate in that ended up with a great step family, a great stepfather, who ended up, he actually owned the local grocery store. So that was probably my employment from the time I was about 13 to 14 years old till when I graduated from college.
As a boy, Barry was an avid sports fan, a love that remains to this day. Another of his lifelong passions was also revealed at an early age.
I was in this FBLA competition, Future Business Leaders of America competition. I did very, very well in that competition on a regional level, and I just came home and said, it comes natural to me, it comes easy, so that's what I want to do. And my mom was shocked that I never changed my mind after that time. So from the time I was a sophomore in high school, I knew what I wanted to do, and it's been a great career for me.
When it came time for college, Davis joined his older brother at UCM. He knew Central Missouri had a respected accounting program. Once he got into his accounting coursework, he learned the faculty was indeed outstanding.
Probably the two that stood out to me the most was Dr. Norton and Dr. Stone. They were great. I think Dr. Norton at that point was the head of the accounting department and just he was very good from a vision standpoint. And Dr. Stone, on the other hand, was the ultimate technician. He was the guy that just drilled you on various GAAP and FASBs and those type of things. He was good, and in fact, I would doubt there'd be a more challenging professor anyone would have at any major university.
While earning a degree in accounting is a challenge, Davis did find time for extracurricular involvement at Central Missouri. Some of his favorite memories and lifelong friendships were forged thanks to his fraternity.
It was Alpha Kappa Lambda, and I pledged the fall of 1977, so this is now a 40-year anniversary. What I enjoyed about the AKL experience, yes, we had fun, and probably had too much fun, but you probably want the PG version of this. It was very good because we also had a group of people that became very successful business people. Great memories.
Following Davis's graduation from UCM in 1981, he began his professional career and passed the CPA exam. In 1983, he was hired by BKD, a CPA and advisory firm where he now serves as regional managing partner. Davis is responsible for the North region, which includes 13 offices in 7 states. During his career, BKD has hired numerous UCM accounting grads who've thrived at the firm. Several, including Lyle Alexander, are partners.
You know, working with Barry and having that common connection with UCM has been good. He's always been a mentor to me, officially and unofficially. He knew my personality and he knew what I was capable of doing, what I wasn't capable of doing. He was always very encouraging when he essentially recruited me to kind of take on the head of the audit department role when he was still managing partner. Then what he's really good at, he kind of guides you to the answer he wants.
Both Alexander and Davis have appreciated the intangibles UCM accounting graduates bring to their firm.
I think what makes UCM graduates very impressive, normally they come to us with a good work ethic. So they had to work their way through high school, through college, etc. So we don't have to teach them how to work.
BKD is very active in giving back to the communities where they do business. Since the mid-1990s, Davis has been instrumental in BKD's scholarships and other major contributions at UCM.
We established a computer lab for the School of Business back in the mid to late 90s, where we gave, I think it was a $100,000 commitment to help them buy a computer. And then I think it was in 2008, we were doing a BKD scholarship and professorship at that point in time. I think the first professor that we had, distinguished professor, was Joe Kane. That was about a $250,000 amount at that point in time.
While his career keeps Barry Davis busy, he sets aside time to serve on the boards of the College Basketball Hall of Fame and the Kansas City Sports Commission. He's worked with the United Way and has served on the Accounting Advisory Council at UCM. He also leads a busy home life as a husband and father.
I've been married to Charity for 23 years, and we have two daughters. Allison is a junior down at TCU, about ready to turn 21. And then we have our daughter Anna, who is a senior at Blue Valley North High School. So she'll be graduating this year, and I think going to Mizzou. So our family consists of two daughters, 3 dogs, 3 horses. That's what our current family is at this point in time. But again, we're just having a great time.
One special perk for partners at BKD is their sabbatical program. Every 5 years, partners earn an extra month of vacation, during which they must totally discontinue all work activities. Davis family sabbaticals have helped create some amazing memories, including a month of being Caribbean beach bums. Their upcoming sabbatical will take them to the Swiss Alps. Following 3.5 decades of career excellence, as well as extraordinary service and support of his alma mater, Barry Davis represents the very best of the University of Central Missouri.
I think it's just important to give back. It's good for the business, but it's also good for the soul.
Barry, congratulations on the UCM Distinguished Alumni Award. It's very well deserved. Very proud of you, of what you've accomplished throughout your career. I think you probably have even exceeded your own expectations. We're very proud of you, I am, and wish you the best in future endeavors.
Like her childhood hero, President Harry S. Truman, Karen Brookins called Independence, Missouri home. Summer vacations often found the family crisscrossing America on another unforgettable adventure. Brookins' world also revolved around music. She played violin in the Kansas City Youth Symphony and performed on a tour of Europe.
Since I was in the 4th grade, I had played the violin. And so in high school, I probably practiced 4 to 6 hours a day, and on the weekends, 8 to 12 hours a day. So I became very, very good.
She entered college at what was then Central Missouri State University. Her father was a professor in the Department of Education, her mother a faculty member in the Department of Home Economics. Central Missouri was the perfect choice for Brookins to pursue a career as a professional violinist.
And it really made sense for me to go to a university that was close to home and where I would still be able to be near my family, and it was affordable.
An important mentor at Central Missouri was Dr. Walter Halen, a professor of music and her orchestra conductor.
Dr. Halen, of course, was a big influence in my music development and my skills development. And he, always gave me not only music advice, but he also gave me life advice.
After attending a 6-week Army ROTC basic camp at Fort Knox, Brookins came to a surprising realization. Her new career goal was to become an Army officer.
And it was a great discovery about myself, and I really enjoyed working with other people. I enjoyed leading people, And it also built on some of the values that I had as a child. You know, the loyalty, duty, respect to others, selfless service really resonated with me and were an important part of what drew me to the military as well.
Working as a dining hall manager kept Brookins busy. She studied hard, but allowed time for fun, which often meant outings with ROTC friends to Pirtle Springs. One eventful weekend, a friend arranged a blind date for Karen with a fellow ROTC student named Mike Ledoux.
So blind date, instant connection, really had a lot in common. We enjoyed a lot of the same things. Yeah, I loved his family, just enjoyed being with him. And so 8 months later, we decided to get married so that I could delay my entry into active duty in the Army and that we could then enter active duty together.
The newlyweds launched highly successful careers as officers in the U.S. Army.
I think it was a very interesting journey in the sense that we actually became adults together. Going to Germany, we were by ourselves. There's two of us and we had our 2 children. And so we were very dependent on each other and learned how to take care of each other and care for each other.
The Ledouxs began their career spending 4 years with the 1st Armored Division in Germany. Another early stop had both young officers serving at Fort Polk, Louisiana.
And that was probably our most difficult time. We were company commanders, simultaneously responsible for 80 to 150 soldiers. You know, having a 2-year-old and a 1-year-old really made life interesting.
Following more than a decade of Army service and the arrival of their 3rd child, the Ledouxs decided to make a move regarding Karen's career.
And so the opportunity came to leave active duty military so that we could better support our family and provide the nurturing that children really do need at a young age. And so I made the decision to leave active duty and go into the Army Reserve.
In 1997, Karen Ledoux was called to active duty and deployed to Germany to support military action in Bosnia. Mike was left to serve as parent, Army officer, and student at Command and General Staff College.
Even though they were young, they were kind of confident. They knew that, you know, Mom and Dad would occasionally leave and go places, but that we always come back. And I think it was a challenge, but it was well worth it, and I felt that I knew she was with us in spirit.
You know, the most difficult thing I've had to do in my career is to leave my family, not just once, but 3 times for deployments. Now I knew that where I would be in Germany was safe, but there are times when you don't know if you're coming back. And so you have to make, excuse me, you have to prepare yourself and your family for those things. And those are the hardest things that you do as a soldier and a parent together.
By the time she was deployed for Operation Iraqi Freedom, Karen Ledoux was a lieutenant colonel in the Logistics Civil Augmentation Program. She ensured U.S. and coalition forces had adequate supplies, managed the construction of more than 90 base camps, all while coordinating the work of more than 40,000 contractors. During her next deployment, she led the withdrawal of more than 200,000 troops from Iraq while simultaneously surging troops into Afghanistan. Now a Major General in the Army Reserve and approaching military retirement, Ledoux also works in a civilian position with Logistics Management Institute. She and Mike enjoy family time in the beautiful Virginia home that she helped design. The property is the canvas for her stunning garden and landscape artistry. The couple's 3 adult children are all in close proximity, as is their first grandchild.
Having a military job and a civilian job simultaneously requires you to balance a lot, and often, you know, your job will win out or the military will win out, and the family sometimes comes in third. So it's nice to now be able to make my family my priority.
I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate my talented and beautiful wife on her selection as a distinguished alumni for the University of Central Missouri. It just seems like yesterday we met, even though it's been 36 years ago that we met here at UCM, and it's been a great life ever since.
Ask Rob Ruth about his childhood, and his memories paint a picture that would make Norman Rockwell proud.
It was a great childhood. Rode our bicycles everywhere, stay out late playing, and it was just a great time in my life, and I can't imagine a better place to have grown up than Warrensburg, Missouri.
In high school, Robbie attended Missouri Boys State and was a member of the National Honor Society. Whether he was sinking the winning jump shot for the Warrensburg Tigers, going undefeated on the tennis court, or snagging grounders at shortstop, Robbie emerged as an outstanding athlete. Central Missouri head baseball coach Bob Tompkins took notice and extended a scholarship offer.
I had this deep love of Central Missouri, but there was just the pull and the attraction of maybe trying something outside of town. So I was enrolled and accepted and ready to go to Southwest Missouri State. And a week before I was going to check in, my roommate backed out. So I called Coach Tompkins and asked him if the offer still held, and he said it sure did. So I stayed right there in Warrensburg, and sure happy I did.
At Central Missouri, he excelled in the classroom. He was an active member of the Sigma Phi Epsilon fraternity and was also a 4-year starter for the Mules baseball team.
We all loved each other, and it was a lot of fun. And Coach Tompkins, he was just a great mentor, really. My favorite memory with the baseball team in the 4 years was obviously 1974 when we won the conference and we won the regional, which meant that we got the opportunity to go to the World Series.
While baseball was his passion, the fleet-footed center fielder insists his best catch was not made in center field.
Well, my favorite memory, obviously, of all time at Central was the blind date that I had with Susie. And there's no doubt that that was the highlight of my life, really.
I walked down the stairs at Panhellenic Hall, and he was down there, and he had on red, white, and blue striped pants, red, white, and blue shoes, and I thought, how did he get out of the house looking like that? But we went and had pizza, and we had a very fun night. He kept me laughing the whole time.
After completing his Bachelor of Science degree in education in 1975, he entered graduate school and worked with Central's Greg Onstadt in student recruitment. Ruth started the Student Ambassadors Organization, who to this day serve as hosts to prospective UCM students.
Recruiting students provided me the platform that I needed to really round out what I ended up doing for the rest of my life, basically making a sale about coming to school at Central Missouri.
In 1977, Ruth embarked on a 36-year career at State Farm Insurance. Beginning in Fort Scott, Kansas as an agent, he was soon promoted to the company's regional headquarters in Columbia, Missouri as the Director of Education and Training. He rapidly ascended the ranks to agency manager and then to agency director in Dallas, Texas. Rob and Susie raised 3 children and are the grandparents of 12 energetic grandkids.
Rob Ruth is a prince of a man of deep faith. He's focused on his family and friends, and he's a man of integrity that leads with a servant's heart.
Having witnessed his father's service to others, Ruth adopted his example of a service-centered life. Sundays, we'll find the Ruth family worshiping at Gateway Church in Southlake, Texas, where Rob serves as a lead deacon. Since their graduation, Rob and Susie have always supported the University of Central Missouri. Ruth was president of the Alumni Association Board of Directors. He also served on the board of directors for the University Foundation. Back in Dallas, Ruth has been in charge of countless DFW Mule Nation events.
We do about 3 or 4 events every year, and we try to change it up. Dallas-Fort Worth area is pretty big. We have over 1,000 alumni in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Some of them will drive 50 miles, 100 miles to get to an event. Regardless of age, I think there's that common thread that runs through all of us.
Susie, who earned 2 UCM degrees, says the university helped prepare she and Rob to flourish as adults.
It really has set us on the path that we've gotten where we are today. So when we are able to help others do it, it's just very fulfilling.
Ruth is mindful to take care of what he calls the 3 F's: faith, family, and friends. Rob and Susie make sure that visiting Pops and Nana is a fun-filled experience for the latest generation of the Ruth family.
I know what my grandmother and my grandfather meant to me, and I hope in some small way I might be able to be a great influence to any one of my grandchildren, hopefully all 12 of them.
No matter how one may have crossed paths with Rob Ruth, chances are their life is richer for it.
Rob, it's my great honor on behalf of my husband Al, my team members, hundreds, perhaps even thousands of agents to say congratulations. You deserve it, Rob, and we are so proud of you.
Rob, you are a wonderful alumni. You've loved the university all your life, and I am so thrilled that they are acknowledging you and you're getting to have this Distinguished Alumni Award for service. I'm proud to be your wife. I love you, and I'm glad that I've made this trip along with you most of the way. Congratulations, honey.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have left tonight, but the 5th honoree can be found at the link below, as well as the other honorees we featured tonight.
Thank you for joining us this evening. I'm Brock Masters.
And I'm Ronjanae Hill. Good night.
Tonight on Lowdown, we're showcasing some alumni. On Lowdown, we are showcasing some alumni. Hi, and welcome back to Warrensburg.
Happening here at UCM.
Speaking of, I don't know this line. That's why I looked down. You saw me look down. I'm Brock Masters.
And I'm Ronjanae Hill. Thanks for joining us.
Speaking of, Central Missouri just recently.
Eric's trying to get home.
Stop.